Venice, where hobby meets hustle. Listen up.
Like, what if my grandma's listening?
Shouts out Corey and Tim. Man, who run this? Surely it's them.
We talk about all things hobby, businesses. We both started businesses in the hobby from the ground. We're still really on the ground, but we're, growing in relationships like with Hobbsy and Zion and Ludex. And just being at the National again, this is completely different from 2 years ago here in Chicago. And then last year, Atlantic City. This is a whole way better setup in Atlantic City.
I feel like if anyone's been here, if this is your first year, it's probably a little overwhelming. But I know I'm way more calm this year because I went to the Chicago one.
Yep.
Forget about Atlantic City in general. Just forget about it. But 2 years ago at Chicago, I now feel like I know where I'm going inside the building. I know where the good restaurants to eat are. I know where the trade nights are. So if anyone is here for their first time, don't let it overwhelm you. Is it overwhelming? It's a little bit, right? Come back every year, man. Have the greatest time of your life. But yeah, it gets easier. But it's wild. This is a wild
I gotta
event.
say, the only place I couldn't find was the Ludex Lounge, and because it's like kind of secretive, hidden away, and you come back and they got a golf simulator, great food.
Is there someone from Ludex here? I say Ludex, he says Ludex. Can we figure
qualifier?
out?
Is there anybody from
Ludex? Thank you.
No, I'm not listening to Clint.
Thank you.
The
That's
proper
an accent.
pronunciation is Ludex.
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 Okay.
Ludex.
Ludex.
So
Ludex.
shout out to Ludex. With my Rhode Island accent, I pronounce it right. He's from Baltimore. He says Ludex. As long as you spell it right when you type it into your app, you'll be okay.
Yeah, so everyone go download the Ludex. I'll get it right now.
Ludex.
I just honestly hadn't. I think I talked to the guys there and they never corrected me.
Maybe one was from Baltimore.
But like if somebody said your name wrong, when you correct them?
No, because here's the deal. Okay, sometimes people call me Strong Slab.
No, they don't. That's a lie.
Okay.
No one has ever called
Sometimes
you
people
Strong
will like
Slab.
mispronounce and then say, what am I supposed to be like? Oh, don't call me that.
Yeah, but they just never call you Strong Slab. That's just
Okay,
a lie.
and then, for example, sometimes go, oh, aren't you that guy from the upper deck card? And I go, no, it's a tops card.
No, they don't do that either because you literally jam it down their throat that you're on a card. Yeah,
I'm on a tops card, folks.
He's
For anyone
on a
that
tops card. And in 1 hour, you'll be able to see him getting body painted by Andy Friedman at his booth at the right besides what's your booth number?
I'm in 536. I'm not getting my body painted, but Andy Freeman will be painting a portrait of me at 2 p.m. at my booth. I don't expect anyone to show up. I don't know why he asked me, but he's painting a portrait of me at 2 p.m. at my booth.
So,
Top of cards, everybody.
I guess I'm trying to think. So the first 2 days, well, really day and a half, have been pretty eye-opening to me because last year for me personally was Show Your Slabs was kind of a perfect storm of like things going wrong and things not getting done right and being so stressed out. I'm actually able to enjoy and walk around and talk to all the people that I know, and it's not like a buzz by where I'm like, oh man, I'm beelining to this thing. I just have to say, like what the cards and like the community of all of it has never been. Maybe I just didn't stop to like smell the roses, as they say, but like this is just awesome.
You didn't. I can tell you, I've known Corey for 3 years now. He is legitimately one of the hardest working guys. I know Clint does this thing too.
Yeah,
but
shout out Clint. He
like,
drives a lot.
Like when it comes to like the actual labor of owning a business and being your own boss and having to build things, Corey's one of the hardest working guys in the hobby. But absolutely,
and
man.
Tim's one of the least hard working guys. And has made a wild success of it. This is not throwing shade. This is all love. I literally am jealous of that, but I watch it and it's something to be seen. That was a compliment, right? Did you take that as a compliment?
It was a backhanded compliment.
No, I was front-handed. I told you to your face.
You said I don't do anything.
Right, but you're good at it.
You know what I mean though. Like how's that? No, he's right though. No, I'm way more calm this year. I'm having a lot more fun. I actually wish I didn't have a table because I've been at my table maybe 10% of the time. Lucky my wife's here.
Right. Shout out Nikki. Who,
Yeah.
Again, anybody who owns a small business, large business, whatever, it's always the wives and the family and the people at home that are here now that are supporting, right? You can't ever show them enough, like how much all that support means. And especially Tim, he's literally got his wife running his booth. Otherwise, it would just be a bunch of products sitting there that people would probably take and you probably wouldn't care.
So, shout out to anyone that got a free shirt from my table. They actually weren't free.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's some, I love kids in the hobby because some kid grabbed a whole like talon of like about 20 of them and we're like, are these free?
Yeah, but dude, how do you get off charging people for a Slab Strong shirt?
I'm talking about my product.
Oh,
Like, dude was
yeah,
just,
okay.
the dude just
All
grabbed
right,
it.
I get that, yeah.
No, but
I thought
yeah,
you were talking
so
about the t-shirts,
Come
dude.
by if anyone wants a free t-shirt. We already gave some out, so I won't
Yeah.
charge you.
I was talking about the t-shirt. Like, that's pretty ballsy to be like, hey, man, wear my logo for $10. Like, I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. They're actually $9, but I never have change.
Yeah,
So that's how I get by.
that's smart. So one thing I do want to kind of talk with you about and like see if you noticed anything. Is there anything on the show floor that stuck out to you? Like, so let's go to like Slab business, right? New businesses. Have you seen any new ones? There's always pop-up companies, right? That kind of come and go.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, dude, the corporate section is like 2 sections now of like the bigger companies putting money in.
So here's what you got to look for. For the people who, like I said, for your first national, keep in mind, every year, these corporations, and even like the smaller vendors, not only they have to, but they try to outdo themselves. So if you think this show is wild, wait till next year. There's going to be bigger areas, bigger activations. The eBay booth looks crazy this
Yeah.
year. Crazy, just like
Yeah.
clean, sleek
Yep.
because of the vault, right? So they're showing off the vault
Yep.
this year. So every year, the V Friends, that
one's
booth is
interesting.
wild.
Yeah, that one's
Yep.
wild.
Even Jeff too. Jeff's booth is crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, and I know what it takes to build these booths just from working with these guys. Like everything is labor or like union, and it's like $300 an hour to just have somebody like hammer a nail. And so the amount of money they're spending,
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't. But, well, actually, I don't know what it's like to get $300 an hour to do it. I've never done that. But what's interesting is we haven't really seen any fall offs. Like, yeah, you have like Star Stocks maybe and like stuff like that. But like those companies, they had some like issue where something like they announced that they're done, right?
As far as I can tell, a few of the grading companies, a very small amount, a few of the grading companies, a few small businesses, there's not that concern that we had during the pandemic of like, okay, all these new, because we're new, right? And we're new business, that they're going to go away because the card prices dropped. That's the greatest part about this hobby. And so thank you for anyone that's ever supported me out there is the prices of cards kind of leveling. I won't even say drop, leveling out to what they should
Right,
be.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean people aren't buying platinum protectors, right? They're not stopped buying top loaders. They're not stopped buying my product. So
Honestly, I think it helps us because people are forced to hold stuff that they start like actually collecting PC,
yeah.
right? So to go off the grading company, I just have to bring this to the masses. Who did you interview an hour ago?
Oh, so for anyone that's actually listening, I'm walking through the show floor. A guy starts yelling at me, Tim, you gotta come, you gotta come. He tells me, like, keep in mind, guys, I just wear a big hat and I sell a rubber bumper for Slabs. He says, Gary Vee just canceled. You have to fill in for him to interview Derek Jeter.
So there's so many problems with that. First of all, you're Gary Vee's replacement. This is a little much. And you texted me, and what did I say?
So I text my boy Corey, who's one of my good friends,
Yeah.
thinking he's gonna be really excited for me. Hey, I'm about to interview Derek Jeter. And he just writes back, why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't know.
So, but again, like that's what this hobby is, right? It's still so ground level of like, yes, it's been around for 100 years, but like this whole boom brings people like you, no offense, like me, no offense,
There's no one like us.
to be able to interview a guy like Derek Jeter.
There's no
What
one
did you
like
ask
us.
him? Yeah, you get to interview a guy like that.
By the way, I interviewed Derek Jeter. I talked to him for 5 minutes. I asked him one question. Where are you from? He said, Michigan. The rest of the 4 minutes and 40 seconds, I told him about my card. I have pictures of him looking at it. I didn't know what to talk. I didn't know what to do. So all I did was talk about my
To
card.
be
with
honest,
Derek
Gary
Jeter.
V probably would have done the same thing.
Gary V would have definitely done the same thing.
So I guess it's all.
Shout
in
out to the
wash.
hungry hippopotamus. So.
Yep. Yeah. The arrogant elephant. So you got more people coming in the Ludex Lounge. This is Ludex. Damn it.
Boy,
I saw him walk by. I need to get a complete confirmation. I still think it's Ludex.
it's Ludex.
Is it an acronym?
I don't know. No.
All right. Make it up. Make up an acronym for it.
Live?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
That would have been really funny.
Lengthy, unadulterated.
No? Okay, never mind. We're done.
No,
We're done. Yep.
We're done.
Kids podcast.
No,
So,
but everybody download the Ludex app.
yeah. Very cool.
PWCC.
Yep. Shout out Hobbsy for putting all this stuff on. They got 3 cameras. I don't know why. I feel like what's this, 30 pounds we get on us now?
Here's the thing, though. You notice they're all pointing towards me. Thank you.
Yeah, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave now. I don't know. No,
I'm the catch.
No, they're trying to. Never mind. Another kid story. So, what do you got going on the rest of this week? Where can people find you? If there's anybody has any questions or just stuff about the show, feel free to ask.
Yeah, yell it
But
out.
if anybody wants to ask Jesse about his relationship with Taylor Swift,
Guys, Jesse, can we confirm it's Ludex, not Ludex?
It is Ludex. I'm Brian, CEO, founder.
Yes, thank you so much.
all right. Is it an acronym?
So my last name is Ludden, Ludden.
Ah, one of those guys.
Run it.
Yeah.
Get a marketplace. and exchange.
I love it. Yeah, he tried to start with McEnery Strong, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have that same pizzazz, but no, it's great to meet you. I've been trying to, this has been weeks now, but he's from Baltimore and he just can't pronounce things correctly. Where are you from?
Ludex.
Chicago.
Chicago. Oh, so you're hometown boy.
Home game.
Love it.
So I would guess my first question for you is, thank you for this VIP area. I just had a great buffalo chicken sandwich over here.
Yeah, it's good.
So thank you very much. And
Thank
I
you.
just wanted to thank you for the food.
I just cranked the ball like 300 yards down the fairway, so thank you for that. I never done that at the National before. I only did it on the real fairway.
we should do a comp. Longest drive. They got to beat you. Whoever beats you gets a Ludex merch.
All right, let's do it. I am the current winning, or actually forever because they canceled it. Summit long drive at the Beckett's Industry Summit. I hold the long drive championship. But enough about us and my long drive.
What does that have to do with my card?
But exactly. So can you please? Actually, this will be great content. Can you give me the Ludex app and scan that card? Please, I need to know the current market value.
If it says, it's like 15 cents right now, I bet.
Yep, that's going to be fantastic.
Hey, Matt Hain. Matt Hain. Could you have your phone? We're going to scan
And besides,
the one of one.
This
besides
better not-
having a cool last name and wanting a company to be named after, what was your driving force to kind of get into the data analysis? And
It was really a selfish invention. I wanted to get back in the hobby. I was with my son during COVID, and I could not believe that there wasn't a simpler way to do it.
Yep.
I was naive. The problem was much bigger, way more expensive, and took way longer to do.
So you should have done what I did. I thought, wow, there's no way to put your cards on the wall that's cool. Let's make some cooler plastic. So a lot cheaper and probably a lot less. We're getting a live pricing. No? Haha.
Are we gonna
You're
get this?
not in there.
Matt, are we getting this, or are we going to get that? Are we going to get that card?
No, it's all right. It's big league. Yeah, no one.
It doesn't crack. Yeah, that's fine. I get
It's
it.
priceless.
You guys are the highest. You're the high end stuff. You
He's
don't deal
calling
with
me
the
lower.
penny cards.
We're getting to
100%.
them. We're getting to them.
Yes. Can we put a live pricing in there? Because I'll buy one for $1 to start the market.
So I don't know. I do not know why it wasn't anyone in my family, and I don't know who it was. So before anyone accuses me, my first 2 cards on eBay sold for $150.
That's really good.
No, that's delusional, dude. What do you mean?
I-
That's ridiculous. You can say it. He won't get offended.
Do you get any Residuals on
No.
that?
Yeah, that's his. He's wearing his residual.
But I signed my autograph from someone, and they put it on eBay for $100. And I asked him, if I put my autograph on a card and you sell it, I'm not a famous athlete. Don't I deserve a percentage? He says no. What do you
Or
say?
does he deserve to be mad? So this is another question. He signs every one of his cards a 1-of-1. Doesn't that make it a 1 and none?
There's 75 one-of-ones right now. There's 75 one-of-ones.
That's
Panini.
marketing genius right there.
I have to
Thank
give it
you
to him.
again.
He is a marketing genius. I mean, to buy that hat and walk around in it, whoever would buy
Especially
that
to
hat is
suggest
so genius.
to suggest I be on a card.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
right.
That's funny.
Shout out me, everybody.
So let's get to Ludex. What's been your biggest hurdle, and where do you see like your next 5-year vision?
So the biggest hurdle by far was parallels.
Oh, can I get this card scanned?
Yeah, we get that one, Matt.
Oh, so like figuring out, so that must be the thing, right? Because then you get into like,
Yeah.
how do you recognize aqua and teal? How do you recognize purple to this and like a red? So like the parallels was your hardest.
Let's go.
By far. The base cards, it took us about 9 months to get over
do I click
90% of those. And the parallels took us 2 years
So it doesn't have.
to
Oh, it
get
doesn't have.
over 85% of parallels. We had to build a database by hand.
So for you, like when Topps paper comes out, right?
Good.
Topps
This
Series
has actually
1.
got value.
Is there a whole different scenario that you have to deal with because of Chrome?
Yeah, they all have their different models. So all we need, we've built it out sophisticated enough where all we need is a base card.
Yeah.
So when we scan a card, it hits the base, grabs a base card, and then it also grabs our parallel database, and it marries the two together, and that's how we do it. So when new sets come out, all we need to do is get the base images. That's all we need to get that onto our platform.
Oh wow. So is your background in tech? And you're being rude.
I was my background's in finance. I was a trader, yelling and screaming for 25 years. So on the floor of the exchange.
So So that probably cost you more money to build it. I mean, you had like a vision in your head. You can't go, oh, I know how to code, or like figure out how. You just knew what your concept was, and probably see that's what's always interesting to me and about business, right? Is like you got a guy like me and a guy like Tim. Tim kind of came up with something that he thought was cool, but was a need like to differentiate. Like while it protects cards, like it was a differentiator of like making a red border and kind of like enjoying his cards. Mine was every case, every wall mount out there is like a box that IKEA built, right? And nothing cool. So I wanted to do something cool. I've had other businesses, but it's always interesting to me like the dynamic of like, so I figured out how to run a CNC machine and do it myself. He figured out how to not do anything and have everything done, packaged. And I'm like, and same with like Clint, right? Clint kind of both worlds. Clint started where I was, hand packing, buying, like getting, in his garage, boxing, shipping every label, to now having a full run facility where the product comes in, packaged, slap a label on it, get it out the door, right? So I'm always interested to find out, like, at what point do you go, this is maybe more than I can handle, because you don't have, right? You have the idea, but you couldn't get a CNC machine to make it.
I couldn't code, right?
Right.
Like, I couldn't code anything.
Right, and he couldn't like mold inject, right? So he knew how to source it. Is that what? So do you just?
Yeah, I mean, it goes down to like entrepreneurship in general. I mean, it's the idea people, and then it's the specialist, and it's leading and understanding. I don't have to understand everything, but to get investors in, I had to get really like rock
Good,
stars.
that was my next question.
Yeah.
How do you get money from people? Because we're bad at that too.
I was lucky. I raised $5.3 million in 30 days to start it. So
Did you have like blackmailing people?
no, I trading on the floor for 25 years with the same 300 guys. And when they're like, hey, if you're going to do this, I want a piece of it.
I love it.
I got 100 investors, and the average of $53,000.
Were you able to bring any of them into the card space?
There's a handful of them for sure. I'm still trying to get Urlacher. He was an investor. So I'm trying to get him in the hobby.
Yeah. It's tough, right? Because it's like, there is a certain, like, if you either got it or you don't. but there's also the like guy that gets bit and comes right in, and then they're like kind of annoying, and you're like, okay, well, you're like, because you don't want them to get burnt. Like the cards are so valuable these days. Like if you got a guy that has money and he gets bit, like he gets like that bug to collect, he's going after the high end because he's got the cash, and he's gonna get whacked, and then he's gonna blame you for bringing him in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's no question of the 100 people, I would say 20 of them got in hard, and they're still in it. But it's all nostalgia, really. A lot of these guys, they're at my age group and 45 to 55, and it brings back their childhood, and they have a little extra money, and their kids want to get into it.
Yep.
So it's really unique to have.
So
that.
and that to me too is another thing I love to touch on is the father-son, father-daughter relationship, and obviously mother-daughter, mother-son too. But for me, like I have a 6-year-old, turned 7 today. Happy birthday, Cam.
Happy birthday, Cam.
Yeah,
Little Slabs.
birthday, Cam.
Yeah,
Little Slabs.
Slabs. And so like thinking about that, like obviously being
Andy
here,
Friedman in the building. Andy
boy.
Friedman
Andy.
in
he's
the
getting
building.
his paintbrush ready.
Wait, real quick. I know, guys, Andy Friedman will be painting me in about 40 minutes at my
His
booth.
whole body.
Here he
So if you want to
comes.
see a bag of
Look at
dough
him. Here he comes.
getting
That stunning
painted.
individual will be painting me live in about 40 minutes.
Yep, his whole bag of dough body. But real quick before Andy, we'll bring Andy up. But before we do that, just touch on like what the father-son kind of thing, where you can really connect. Like my kid has always loves what I do. Right? I say, what are your, what do you want to do when you go to college? I'm not going to go to college, Dad. I'm going to run your business. Like, well, I better hope I don't sell it by then, but I hope I do. But then it's like, he's into Pokemon and he's into, and it's ripping live. Like he's like, Dad, we're going to go live. I'm like, no, dude, you just bought that box from Target. Like, we don't need to go live in the Target parking lot. People don't care. So kind of like talk about that relationship and how it really, you see it everywhere, the father-son.
Yeah, I mean, look at out there. There's like, it's a great bonding experiment,
Yeah.
right? So I have 2 sons running around here, and I don't see them. They just go. They have their cards.
Oh,
they
they're
trade
those
up.
kids. Yeah, they got more cash in their pocket than we, because they've flipped every card up.
They make people feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they'll
Yep.
grind out like $5, $10.
And they'll straight up look you in your eyes and offer you 50% for your card and not blink. And they'll just move on to the next.
It is a good life lesson, though, right?
Yeah.
They get to negotiate, talk to adults,
Yep.
use their brain, find out the knowledge. There's times where they came back, tears in their eyes, and I'm like, get back on it. Like,
Yep.
it was a bad trade. Get over it and get back on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
it's
love that.
And it's just great bonding. I just love the hobby. I wasn't that big in the hobby, but I just love this community. It's awesome.
My favorite thing that's happened with like some of like the younger collectors in the hobby was kid must have been about 8, 9 years old. I'm at the Nashville show and he sees me and he goes, "Hey, you want a card?" And I go, "Yeah, I was on a card." I go, "Hey, you want one?" He goes, "No," and just walked away. And I was like, love that guy,
Or
man.
the kid when we were at the Red Bull event,
Love it.
he hands this kid a card. This kid, not 5 seconds,
I gave this
turns
kid a free
around a PSA 10 slab. Like he's like, oh, this kid kind of played it up like he was like, oh, I'm just a new collector. He turned around like he was standing like right there and was
Immediately
like,
turned around.
hey, what can I get for this? How much?
And then
like,
Tops,
yeah.
but Tops was there and Tops was filming the whole thing. And that's the promotion that Tops put out is the kid. You don't see me, but it's him turning around, holding up the free card.
Right, you
I
don't
just
hear
gave
him saying,
selling.
I'm taking the highest offer. You just you just see him holding up a slab.
That is
Really,
classic, man.
yeah, he's just trying to take what he gave him and just turn it into cash.
That's a true.
So-
That kid's gonna be successful, I think.
Yeah, so and we'll let you get out of here after this, but again, like the kid thing, my son, we go to shows and he wants to set up, right? He wants to sell his cards. And his cards aren't worth anything, but I like the idea. So we go to a show, I reach out to a buddy and give him I was like, can you give my son like a corner of your table? I stood there for 10 minutes and I was like, this is not happening. So I was like, told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I went to one of my other dealer friends and was like, here's $20. Go up to my kid and be like, this is amazing. I want to buy the whole table. I get back there, I stayed back there. He goes, Dad, I just sold the whole table for $20. I'm like, that's fantastic. Like he'll realize that I lied to him later on when he writes
Gotta
a
get him
memoir.
started and
but,
get him
yeah.
confidence, right?
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to me and ignoring Corey for this last, 20 minutes? I have to go get painted by
Yeah,
Andy
apparently
Friedman.
Tim has to go. You saw him checking his phone consistently. Can we please isolate that near that region?
What?
where
That I
you-
was checking my phone?
Yeah, dude, a little much.
Our podcast is called Slab Business. When we have
All
business,
right, show me a business text. I want to see it.
okay, I'll let you read the text I got. It's not okay. Read the last text I just got.
We should think about food or snacks soon. I'm hungry. Actually, this
That-
coming from your wife is more important than
Yes.
business. So I'll take that.
When your
but
wife says, "I want a snack, I'm hungry," you
No,
rush back
because-
and bring her a snack.
No, because you've left her stranded at your booth running the whole thing and you don't pay her. I mean, your hugs, I guess, or something. But anyway, guys, if you can, check out slabbusiness.com. That's where me and the King of Supplies will be where we launch. And check Hobbsy Network for what else? What other stuff you guys got coming up? Yep.
Hobbsy.com. These guys are
Yep.
doing something special besides just bringing me and Corey on.
That's
it means
not
the world.
special.
It means the world to me. I'm being serious now. See, this is what I'm talking about, Corey. It's never serious. These guys are doing something for the hobby. They're going to bring some real hobby content from guys like me and Corey that are just trying to make it in this world. Sell cards, trade cards. Everybody out there have fun today. Hobbsy.com, slabbusiness.com, zioncases.com. Is it zioncases.com. Show your slabs. Slab strong. I'm on a Tops card. I'm going to get painted by Andy Friedman. I'm really important.
Yep. Collect what you love. And
King
if you see
Supplies.
Tim, please get a picture with him. But he only loves when people put their hand on his hat. So anytime you get a
PWCC
picture with him,
right there, the
hand
man,
on
the
hat.
legend.
Make sure. Yes. And we need to get that social media clip out. Hand on hat. If you find Tim, I'll give you $1.
Thanks,
That's not a
everybody.
hat bounty. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, she wants you to sign her card, Tim.
Guys, right in front of Corey right
I gotta
now,
go.
we have someone that has my card. Come on.
I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I can't watch this.
All right, what do you
Hold
want?
on.
Do you have a favorite? Well, what's your name? Penny?
Oh, that's
Penny
a cool
is
name.
the one. Okay, so
Yeah.
Penny.
That's a pretty
You're a
awesome
little
name.
too young. But in the 90s,
Are you
there was
sure
a
you
guy
wanna
named
do
Penny.
this?
There was a guy named Penny Hardaway, one of my favorite basketball players named Penny. It's a real story.
Who put you up to this? You can tell me. Your dad? Okay. I'm going to find out who your dad is. I know. Thank
for
you.
For the father out there, use code SYS for a 100% discount at Slabstrong right
Yep,
now.
yeah.
All you have to do, use code SYS.
This is insanity. And hold on. You better write that to Penny.
It's going to Penny.
Draw a penny.
Let's see.
Oh, look, guys,
no,
he's
I can't
screwing
draw
up.
a penny. We're just going to
Yep.
write a penny, right?
Do dollar signs.
Penny. That is awesome.
That was not awesome.
You made my day. This is a one of one
Oh, the 89th 101.
for Show Your Slabs. Third biggest fan, Penny. My biggest fan. He doesn't like when people ask for my autograph. It makes him jealous.
That's because you see that big hat? There's actually the same size head under there. And it's when people get too arrogant, you know?
Thank you, Penny. This made my day.
Thank you, Penny.
Oh, high five it. Oh, these kids are so
Yeah,
strong these
they're-
days, bro. Just like little slabs.
I had to get Penny a slab chain. We'll have to put that thing in a Mag Pro.
Get them a macro,
All right,
guys.
guys,
We're out.
thank you,
I got to go
Slab
get
Business
painted.
out.
Thank
Yep.
you, everybody. eBay, Ludex, Platinum Protectors, PWCC, those buffalo chicken fingers that are over there. I don't know what company that is. Delicious.
This is your one-stop shop for all things